Well, it's a sad. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. I'm not surprised. I couldn't even fake being surprised about this result. I can't even fake being upset about this result because I knew it was coming. And if you've been listening to me, I told you this was coming. It doesn't make it any different. Doesn't make, it doesn't make those of you who are extremely upset. I know it doesn't take the edge off. I'm not trying to say I told you so, but what I am trying to say is I predicted this outcome. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The first 14 minutes of James Comey's speech, I guarantee you every Hillary Clinton supporter was shitting large bricks. Because for the first 14 minutes, James Comey laid out and outlined every reason why she should be indicted. For 14 minutes straight. For 14 minutes straight, I watched the TV like, holy shit, H.A. Goodman might be right. I don't know. Everybody may not know who H.A. Goodman is, but if you've been following this case, you know who H.A. Goodman. But for 14 minutes, everything that man had been saying was exactly what James Comey was saying. And I know you cannot tell me that they were not in tears. Like Hillary Clinton, if she didn't know what was going on for the first 14 minutes of that press conference, I guarantee you she asked somebody to go get her some Malox or Mylanta or whatever they drink these days for upset stomachs. Because that was, he did not recommend an indictment, but that was a sweeping indictment of her negligence, her gross incompetence, and the fact that she had been lying to the American people. Listen, you can spin this however you want to spin this. You could say it's time to move on, whatever. However, what you cannot say is that Hillary Clinton has been truthful with regard to these emails. You cannot say that. If you say that, you are delusional. You're lying to yourself, and you should seek help. Because you're investing yourself into a person who, quite frankly, would not give two. Well, I've met my shit quota for today, so let me change. But she doesn't. If the rubber met the road, the Clintons are interested in their self promotion, and people have invested. They have poured their entire lives. I'm not talking about people who get paid like six figures to defend the Clintons. I get it. If you get paid good money to defend the Clintons, then you should be out there doing your job, damn it. I'm talking about these people who are just on the sideline and have so much emotional attachment to the outcome of Hillary Clinton, not the outcome of America, the outcome of Hillary Clinton. And they are so invested in this that they cannot see there's no way they would admit to themselves today that Hillary Clinton has been lying to them about this email scandal, which FBI Director James Comey outright said Hillary Clinton. Well, he didn't outright say it, right? But everything that Hillary Clinton said that she didn't do, James Comey said, nah, woman, you did do it. I had to catch myself there. I had a little too much, anyway, not drink, just I was having fun before the show. I was having fun before the show because I did not realize my wife was gangster. Let me tell you, my wife is more gangster than me when it comes to politics. That's why we don't really talk about politics, right? We don't talk about politics at home because I get angry about and this and the man and that. I'm an angry black man at home. I don't let you guys see my angry black man because, I just let it out in spurts so that you can, take it all in. But at home, like when we talk about politics, and I was talking to my wife this afternoon, she was like, so your girl got off. I'm like, yeah, that's the epitome of white privilege. And she was like, she said, I forgot. Well, we had a little small talk, but then she said something. So I asked her what she was going to do. I asked her who she was going to vote, who you're going to vote for. And the name Jill Stein came up. She said, yeah, my wife says she's voting for Jill Stein. And I said, for real? She said, yeah. I said, you're voting for Jill Stein. And she said, yeah. She said, I didn't know I had an option, but now that I know of Jill Stein, I'm voting for Jill Stein. I said, really? I said, were you struggling with whether or not you were going to vote for Hillary Clinton? And my wife, I will never forget this. She said, no, she was struggling with whether or not she was going to vote at all because she wasn't going to vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. And she didn't know what she was going to do until she found out about Jill Stein. Round of applause for my wife. She is by far the more cutthroat in the relationship. So, yeah, man. But I told you guys, I've been telling you that, you know, whether or not something. So the one thing I was not clear about, and I was not willing to make the assumption of or draw a conclusion on, was how bad was this email situation. You know, I stayed away from it as long as I could until the Inspector General's report came out. And then I was like, okay, there's some teeth in this. This is not a good situation for the Clintons. So I stayed away from it as long as I could because I wanted to see what the FBI actually was going to say. However, I did say a couple of weeks ago, no matter what they have to say, chances are they will not indict Hillary Clinton because, believe it or not, some people are above the law. And that's essentially what Comey said, right? Now, I don't want to I don't want to misrepresent his words because there are a lot of people out there misrepresenting his words. Now, his direct words were, and well, I'm paraphrasing, but the sentiment of what he said was, in other circumstances, in similar cases, people would be punished administratively, or they would be punished and sanctioned, basically saying there would be some administrative action. He did not say, like many people are suggesting, that in other scenarios someone would be indicted. Now, Comey didn't say that. Comey did say, though, that they would face some type of administrative action. All right. That means that in any other scenario, someone who's guilty of what Hillary Clinton did would probably have their security clearances revoked. They very well probably could be fired. Most likely would be fired. So here we have, as a presidential nominee, essentially it's all but over. You know, we'll see you in Philly. Let's see how that goes. But, you know, for all intents and purposes, Hillary Clinton is the Democratic nominee. You have a Democratic nominee who, if was a lower level individual, could not get a security clearance and would have gotten fired more than likely for their actions. Yet and still, the Democratic Party wants to run this individual to be the president of the United States. Congratulations, Democrats. You played yourself.